Just wait a few seconds for my normal one viewer to get on. All right, well, you watch the replay. Welcome to Vinny's Take. Today was a dark day in sports. I'd say worse than March 11th was when the first game started getting canceled or postponed. I am sitting here just trying to wrap my head around what these administrators in the Big 10, Big 12, and the Pac-10 are doing. Obviously, they're not listening to their players. Trending worldwide the last 2 days has been "We Want to Play," a hashtag on Twitter started by Trevor Lawrence, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback of Clemson, and the like. We want to play. Let me get into some of this. Well, those are old. All right, let me see if I can't go back to. How do I find out what's trending? Okay, here we go. Trending. Biden-Harris is trending, if anybody cares. Fourth overtime is trending. I happen to be watching that game right now. Columbus and Tampa Bay entering the fourth overtime. Why is Bernie trending? VP picks, Stanley Cup playoffs, triple overtime, quadruple overtime, Columbus, 4 overtime, Joe and Kamala, phony Kamala. I'm surprised that made it. That usually, things like that insult the Democrats usually don't. Oh, let's go to sports. Okay, that might help. Big 10, Pac-12 postponed 2020 fall sports with hopes to resume playing in the spring. And, of course, the Big 12, let's see if we can find that one, have done the same. Now, Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has invited anybody who wants to play to come on down and play in the Sunshine State. There's rumors that the SEC has looked at forming a mega conference for this season for any teams that want to play. Nebraska is very disappointed in the Big Ten officials for what they did. Of course, Nebraska being a school that joined the Big Ten recently, and to play football, and of course they feel like they weren't helped. Well, here's something. Justin, executive director of the Vermont Principals Association, says full contact football scrimmages and games will not occur this fall. Vermont does not have as big a problem as, say, California or Florida. Their numbers are on the decline, but they're giving up. They're throwing in the towel, just like college sports, just like the Big Ten and the Pac-12. Giving up on the students, giving up on the players. Nick Saban said it best. Nick Saban said that he's going to come off sounding like an ass over this, but he feels that the players are safer being in the program where they are monitored, where they are tested, where they basically can be put into a bit of a bubble and kept away from the rest of the school to play football. Instead, now they're being sent off onto campus, if there's even going to be classes in campus. If the schools themselves cancel, and don't think they won't, because obviously the administrators of the sports leagues don't think it's safe enough to play sports. So evidently, I'm sure the rest are going to fall. And here we go. They're going to be sent to their homes, to their inner cities where they live, or they're out in the rural, whatever, for distance learning. And what did 20, 19, 18-year-old kids do when they have free time? They get in trouble. College football players in general already have an issue with getting in trouble. College football players are young kids. They're going to get in trouble. Just like anybody of that age, any college kids. You go into a college campus and there's bound to be problems. There's bound to be social problems. And now you've got the football teams who no longer have that structure. It's not just football, fall sports, soccer, cross country. I'm not sure what else is played in the fall, but course, when I want to find something, all that's trending is Biden Harris, Biden Harris, Biden Harris. Oh my goodness. I got a lot to say about that, but I don't usually do politics on my page. Blah blah blah. We'll talk about Sack to the Future between Phantom Fighter and John M. getting week 3 started. Well, here's my question now. What happens to these players that were on the cusp? They're on the verge of having a breakout season that maybe needed this season to get some more game film on for a chance to play in the NFL. What happens to them? We go into the spring sports. Scouts are going to be getting ready for the draft in April, and the spring sports are going to be happening. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Not many answers coming out either. Just let's postpone. Let's cancel. Let's close. Let's defund. Everything right now is all political. And that's what it is, mainly. You'll say, oh, how is this political? This can't be political. This is, no, this is political. This isn't a political attempt by the college administrators to make the country feel less safe, to make the people more scared to go out in public. We can't have sports. It's scary. We know a lot more today on August 11th than we did on March 11th, 5 months ago. We know a lot more. The bottom line is that we have a lot more testing. It's easier to determine. And what happens like when a team gets some positives, like with the Florida or the Miami Marlins? They shut down for a week and they're back to playing. The St. Louis Cardinals will be back to playing this weekend. And hopefully the mistakes that were made by the Marlins and Cardinals don't happen. I hope the NFL learns from those mistakes because we really need football. We really need sports. We need a distraction that's not politics. This is August. This is right now. This is supposed to be about baseball in the dog days of summer, NFL preseason camps, basketball and hockey in their off season. No, instead we've got baseball struggling to even know if we're going to get games in because the players can't seem to follow their social distancing rules. Look, I'm not a big fan of everything that's going on right now with the closures and the social distancing and all. But if the leagues put something into place, follow it. It's your job. I have to wear a mask at my job, and I do. Because whether or not however I feel about how these cloth masks work, I'm still wearing one. I can't believe Columbus and Tampa Bay are in their first game, game 1, are going to end up playing now their 7th period. They're in their 3rd game, technically, by length. There's more to come out of this college football thing. I hope that some of the schools are able to leave the Big 10, the Big 12, and the Pac-12, and maybe form their own conference. You know, and this is where my biggest problem with the NCAA happens, is that there is no governing board. The NCAA does not have control over the schools. They don't have control over the conferences. Because it's not just those. They're from the Big 5, the Power 5, which is a discussion for another video. But the other 5, the Group of 5, which is a dumb name in itself, have already lost 2, the MAC and the Mountain West. So right now we've got the ACC and the SEC to basically determine who's going to play for the college championship in the fall. And then we'll have a spring one, I guess. I don't know how that works. How's that going to work? And then you've got the Conference USA, the WAC, and the Sun Belt. Yeah, for the Group of 5. So you have 5 conferences still playing. But what about the schools that are in those conferences? What about Nebraska that did not agree with the decision to close down, to postpone, to cancel? Where do they go? Do they get to play, or do they have to wait for the spring? And then the big question I had: if we have 5 conferences playing fall sports and 5 conferences playing spring football, are we going to have 2 national champions for 2019? 2020, 2021? What about the bowl games? What are the Bulls going to do? These conferences acting independently of each other just baffle me. Just utterly baffle me. Just last week, the Big Ten announced their schedule. Michigan and Ohio State were going to be playing in October this year. And now they're going to be playing in March? Maybe? I don't know. I'm very frustrated with sports. I'm very frustrated with the country in general right now and how we are using everything, turning everything into a political issue. Everything. Especially sports. Sports and politics. Everybody has a right to get political. Everybody has a right to protest. And everybody has a right to discuss it. But when me as the fan tunes in to watch a sporting event, I want to watch the sporting event. Instead, I'm watching a bunch of men in suits make decisions that affect 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds that want to play. Let me see if I can bring Twitter up on my laptop. Because I really would like to read you some of the hashtags. Hashtag we want to play. Alabama football. I can accept, this is a tweet from them. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying. Hashtag we want to play. Coach Jeff Scott, the new Power 4 2020. SEC, ACC, Big 12, and AAC. Maybe I'm wrong about the Big 12. Hashtag we want to play. President Donald J. Trump. The student athletes have been working too hard for their season to be canceled. Hashtag we want to play. Trevor Lawrence. We want to play. Hashtag. And he posts a picture of hashtag we are united. We want to play. And that's from the players. David Hookstead, the blue check. I'm not sure who he is. I hate to do this, but I have no choice. These are the phone numbers, and he lists a bunch of phone numbers of schools. No more money if they don't play football. Let me see if I can find some other names or schools. Donald Trump Jr. Student athletes shouldn't be used as a political football for leftists, using them to advance their never-ending shutdown agenda. The athletes are making their voices heard. Let them play in open schools now. Hashtag we want to play. Justin Fields, a quarterback from Ohio State. There's been too much work put in. Hashtag we want to play. Dr. David Samadi, MD. College athletes are among the lowest risk for COVID-19. Dr. David Samadi, MD. They have access to the best doctors, trainers, and diets in the world. With proper safety protocols, there is no reason they can't play. We cannot allow our great American pastime to be stifled. Hashtag we want to play. Danny Cannell, former quarterback of the New York Giants. It's awesome to see players across the country get together via social media and show just how badly they love college football and want to play. They deserve and often get a voice at the table. Now the adults need to listen. We want to play. Oh, I don't get it. They did not listen to the players at all. They didn't listen one bit. So I'm going to make my own little post onto this hashtag of we want to play, and this video is going to be it. And I'm going to add another hashtag. We as fans, we want football. Hashtag. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? Leave them down in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Click like, share, tell your friends. This has been Vinny's Take. God bless America.